Well, I guess, I mean, it's not a big story, but I guess I feel like I've been guided a lot of my life and I've been looked out for. And that I always, when I was growing up, um, I can remember I was young, maybe I don't even know if I was 6. And we were driving down the street to our house. It was like little boxes, houses, but it was all the moms stayed at home. Everyone knew each other. All the kids played in each other's backyards. And there was this one little house down this little alcove. It was brown. And I was sure, I was positive that I had been born there. And I can remember asking my mother, and there was no ever proof of that. But I was just so sure. I just couldn't figure out why I was born to this family. They were lovely people. I loved my parents. They were wonderful people, but I just always felt like I was a square peg in a round hole. And my brothers are lovely, warm, generous, kind people too. It's just I've never felt really seen. And it wasn't anything that they did wrong. It's just, I don't know, maybe I was just a bird of a different feather. So I can remember that. And my mother was, I was like 5 or 6. She's like, I just thought it was my imagination. And so no, and then she forgot all about it, but I never did because I was still sure that I had been born there and someone had brought me over to another house. So it's not a true, I mean, it wasn't probably reality, but it was just sort of how I sort of was feeling, growing up. And like neither of my parents are alive now, but both of my brothers are. And like I said, I had a really loving, supportive family that I was raised in. It was just this feeling that I had about being this round peg trying to fit in the square hole of life, and why the heck was I here? And it just feels like, I was looked after. Like I can remember, I've been married and divorced twice. And when so my ex had my son on the weekends with his new wife and their new family, and I would have him during the week. And so I was in the office one weekend and no one was there. I was never there at 7 o'clock. The phone rang. I would never usually pick it up. I picked it up, and it was this woman, and she wanted to get a divorce from her husband. She had no money. She was an astrologer. And for some reason, I just said, okay, I'll do a trade with you. And she did all these readings, and there was cassette tapes back then about me and my son. And it was, but anyway, she became my first teacher. And she would hold classes on like once a week, and we'd all come in, and she'd talk about something, about just how to be better people in your life. She would learn about the chakras, the energy centers, and all sorts of stuff like that. But it was really grounded. And yeah, I turned, she got remarried, and I was her matron of honor. And I got remarried, and she was my matron of honor. And it was just like, I learned so much from her, and I got so much a greater sense of self-acceptance of just being, this is who I am and this is where I'm at, that I'd never really had before, and had someone that was a few steps ahead of me to guide me. And yeah, and I've just had situations like that, in my life. And like I shared, when I was going to move out to from Ohio to Colorado, she was the person standing beside me. And I just got this inspiration, what I needed to share with my ex, which was basically reducing his child support, to let me go across country with our son. Because he had 3 other kids by then, with this, they just slammed him out. And he wasn't a bad man. He was a really good man. He just wasn't my man. And so I just had someone there, it felt like, or an energy there, most of my life, just to help. And it doesn't mean I didn't make lots of mistakes, looking back on some of the things where I blocked everything out and just did whatever I want, and, consumed alcohol or whatever else I did. So I wouldn't have to listen to my conscience and what spirit was really saying. Well, like acts have consequences, like we were talking, but I'm just really grateful for this life. I don't know if that's a real story, but I think what it comes down to is that I just had so many interesting experiences and so much opportunity to travel and learn about other people, and to be of service but have fun at the same time, even if the law was stressful. Um, yeah, I'm just so grateful.